flag, please.
Kevin Gibson, School 304. The topic is state takeover. Last summer, a controversial document entitled A Vision for Buffalo Public Education called for New York to explore a state takeover of Buffalo's lowest performing schools. Newark, New Jersey had their school board disbanded under a state takeover in 1995. Today, so-called reformers in Buffalo are calling for a state takeover and for an expansion of charter schools as a better way to improve school quality. Buffalo should look at the low-performing results of reform in New Jersey. As critics blast the Newark reform agenda as having failed on all accounts. For 20 years, Newark has become a laboratory for top-down ed reform. Under state control, successive mandates came and went, and when no dramatic breakthrough was observed, programs were withdrawn, some new scheme was hatched, and the cycle went on and on. Over time, this mad cycle hurt teachers, degraded students, and it bred cynicism among parents. My friends, isn't Newark's story Buffalo's story?
Yes, it is.
For instance, state reformers in Newark promised a $6 billion construction project that failed to materialize. And in Buffalo, we just need to walk to historic Lafayette High School and we'll witness the same non-investment in Buffalo's oldest school building in continuous use for over 111 years.
Yes.
Newark has a lack of consultation, which has been a persistent problem since the reform-minded state takeover. Reports show that one neighborhood school was shut down, the real estate sold off, while others were turned into profit centers or charter schools without a vote as required by law. In Newark, community groups have had to repeatedly foil requests to get information that should be public. Newark also received a $100 million grant from Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg to kickstart a school foundation and introduce a merit pay scheme for teachers. And one would think that this would have helped the reformers in Newark to turn the corner. Instead, the state's maladministration in schools continues with their latest iteration of reform called the One New Jersey Plan. With all this money and all this state oversight, after nearly 20 years of reform, in Newark it was reported this year that newly arrived immigrant students who did not speak English sat for days in the school library without instruction, without placement. Seniors were placed in classes that they'd already taken because the state does not know the local values. Families with more than one child were forced to send their children to different schools because their children's schools are selected by a state algorithm. Parents have no say. On top of this, Newark ran a $57 million deficit, so much for curbing costs with the state takeover. Ladies and gentlemen, Newark has gone down the road that reformers are forcing Buffalo to travel. Under a pretense of change, reformers create failure and anarchy by taking away local measures of control. Let's keep our schools public. Thank you.